So now the next phase that we're going to cover is the contact portion of the swing. And so we've talked about turning our shoulders, dropping our racket, transferring our weight. Those are all things that are integral into getting the racket into a good contact position. Nothing else really matters if you can make a good contact every time. But all of these other parts of our swing are just steps that help ensure that we're going to get ourselves into a good contact position each and every shot. Sometimes you hit one really clean and you're like, wow, that was a great shot. But then other times you don't hit it so well. Well, we want to be able to hit the ball so it feels solid and we hit it where we want the ball to go every single time we hit the ball. And the best way to do that is to hit all of these positions leading up to get us into a good contact position. And we want that contact position to be out in front of the body. And as you'll recall from the stance video, notice that as I swing, we'll kind of do a side-on view. As I swing, the racket is in line with the center of my spine. And because I'm in our stance, our Hammerit stance, if I turn, that gets my racket square to my target. So as I'm pulling the racket, it squares it up. If I swing and lead with the top of the racket, now it's not lined up. But if I pull and my left side pulls through, it'll square me up at contact. At this part, I want to have my wrist, it's coming through at a 90-degree angle. Very few people can bend their wrist past 90. So this is the maximum angle that we can get for leverage into the ball. Notice that my wrist straightens out. That's delivering the energy of the racket as I pull it toward the ball into the ball. I'm not brushing, notice. Because if I brush, my racket and all the energy are now headed off to the left. And so many of you who try to brush the ball will notice you pull your shot to the left. It also causes you to just glance the ball and it kind of spins out and drops off short into the net. Or it's just kind of a fluffy shot that sits up into the court, because you're trying to brush the ball for topspin. Instead, as we come into the contact phase, all we need to do is strike the ball at a closed angle and then release the energy into the ball. So this contact position is out in front. So many of you have heard, yeah, hit the ball in front, but no one ever explains why. Well, as we just talked, that's going to allow you to leverage the racket into the ball. If you don't hit it in front, you don't get any leverage. If you brush, notice my wrist has not released when I brush. I'm not getting any leverage again. I'm just swinging. So I want to pull and then pry the ball. That's why I want to make contact out in front, is so I can get leverage and pry with my racket. My racket is just basically a fancy lever. That's going to allow me to transfer all of the energy that I've built up into my shot into that ball and get it to go towards my target.